What Lonzo thinks is a wide-ranging, free-flowing discussion where I offer my unsolicited views on everything from music, movies, politics, sports, religion, pop culture, you name it. If it's happening, I'm talking about it. My thoughts unsolicited, nobody cares, and you ain't supposed to care. All right, and I am back. Been a long hiatus. Glad to be back. Thank you for sticking with me. All right, going to get straight down to business. Bronny James. All right, everybody knows Bronny James is LeBron James' son. He plays basketball, and everybody's giving him a hard time because he plays for the University of Southern California, USC, and it's his first year. He's a freshman, and his stats and his play has been less than spectacular, shall I say. And a lot of folks been giving him a hard time on the internet and everything out there in the web. Giving him a hard time, cracking jokes on him, this, that, and the third, about him averaging a triple single, 5.9 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 2.6 assists on 37% shooting. So, and not real good. And everybody's giving him a hard time because he wants to play in the NBA with his dad. His dad wants to play with him. And the media and things of that nature, folks are out there, there's pundits and everything saying that he'll probably be a first-round draft pick. And folks are like, what the hell? How is it that he's going to be a first-round draft pick when he can't even score double digits in college? Well, I'm here to tell you, that ain't Bronny James's fault. None of this is Bronny James's fault. Now, I'm calling this particular chat the conundrum of Bronny James, and I'm going to get into the conundrum side of the whole Bronny James saga. Now, first and foremost, LeBron James, obviously one of the greatest basketball players to ever walk the face of the earth. He ain't the GOAT. Michael Jordan's the GOAT, but everybody's always fighting about whether or not LeBron or Mike is the GOAT. He ain't the GOAT, but he is the game's all-time leading scorer. He's had a spectacular career. He's won 4 championships. He's played in the finals, 10, 11 times. He, for all intents and purposes, he has been the quintessential NBA superstar. He's been the quintessential star athlete. This guy has been nothing but spectacular his entire career. He came in out of high school with all the hype and drama and pressure that anyone could ever have on them to produce and become what everybody said he was going to become, which was one of the all-time greats. And that is exactly who he is. Not only that, he appears to be a very astute businessman. He has generated lots of income through his NBA play and also off the court as well. He is the first player to become a billionaire while he's still playing. And he is, for all intents and purposes, if you were to lay out the perfect athlete when it comes to being able to navigate between the sport and also the business world and the media, he is that guy. He is him. Much props. So with I guess from whom so much is given, so much is expected. And that is the problem, I think, with Bronny James, is that everything his dad's accomplished is, for lack of a better term, a burden to him. People are holding that against him. He didn't pick his dad, okay? It's not his fault that his dad is one of the GOATs. It's not his fault that he has been born into royalty, basically, in the sports royalty. It's not his fault that he has been born into wealth. It's not his fault that he's basically been born. He was born on third base, okay, and the whole world is out there for him, laid out for him, and success is something that's been preordained for him in whatever he chooses to do. And the thing is, no matter what he chooses to do, he's gonna get the opportunity to do it, whether he's earned it or not. Come on, let's cut the shit. Let's be straight. He can do whatever he wants to do in this world simply because of who his dad is. If Bronny James wanted to be an astronaut, he would be at NASA today, training to be an astronaut. If he wanted to be a politician, he would be on whatever ballot that that he could get on and he would receive votes and he would probably win whatever public office he ran for. If he wants to be a movie star, damn it, he will be headlining action films tomorrow. If you want to be a rapper, he would get a record deal. No matter what, I don't care what it is. If you want to be a cowboy, he would be on a ranch. He'd be the star of Yellowstone or whatever. But the point is none of that is his fault. We should all be so lucky and be so blessed. Hey, I'm a father, and I think any parent wants their kids to have every opportunity in life, and they want their kids to start out better than they started out. Well, LeBron James started out pretty low on the motherfucking totem pole. Everybody knows the story. He's from Akron, Ohio. He came from depressed circumstances, homelessness, poverty. His issues with his mom, as far as unstable household, should I say, having to kind of bounce around from place to place. I think he went to like a bunch of different schools and everything because they were always moving and everything. But he had this incredible talent that has taken him from the depths of poverty to around the world and billionaire status. And he's the American success story. I think anyone can look towards him as inspiration, if nothing else, and say, hey, if he did it, I can do it. Or you look to your kid and say, hey, look at this dude here. He came from this and this is what he became. That's a great American story. It can happen for you. If you take whatever talent that you have, I'm not saying just sports talent. If you take whatever talent that you have and you do your best to max it out and do everything you can to squeeze every fucking ounce out of it, then that is something that could potentially happen for you. Now, back to Bronny. Everybody's holding this against Bronny. I am holding against Bronny. First and foremost, I don't give a damn. But I am a sports fan, and it's good to see this debate, so to speak, and how people come down on both sides of it, because it's kind of funny to me as well, because once again, Bronny's being held to a standard that I think no one could be held to. And a good example, look at Michael Jordan and his sons, Marcus and Jeffrey. Yeah, they both played basketball in college. Neither one of them, exceeded to a level where they got drafted, and nobody's holding that against Michael, and nobody's holding that against Jeffrey and against Marcus. I think folks give Marcus a hard time because he's dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, but that's something else entirely. But for whatever reason, Bronny James has been placed on this pedestal, and it's being held against him. Now, I will say this much. Now, one of the things that I think that difference between the whole Michael Jordan situation and LeBron, Michael Jordan and his sons, and LeBron and his son, is that LeBron knowingly put a target on his son's back. And what do I mean by putting a target on his back? He said publicly many years ago, I want to play basketball with my son. I'm going to keep playing until my son gets into the NBA. I want to play on the same team with him. And he has structured his career and his contract status to give him the freedom to do that. Well, the time has come. Bronny's in college. Everybody expects him to be eligible for the 2024 draft. So this summer, coming up in a few months. In fact, in June, I think, he will be available in the draft. And now the draft experts and pundits are saying that he's a top 10 talent, that he could go in the top 10, definitely go in the first round, and that's probably true. Now, based on what you've seen of his performance on the court, that says something else. I've seen a couple of his games, and just being honest, not being a hater or anything, I'm not impressed. I mean, he's a basketball player. He ain't doing nothing out there spectacular. He's not a game changer. He's not one to put his team on his back and make things happen. He is not a difference maker. He is one of 12 or 15 or whatever, how many players on the team. He's just a guy. And from what I've seen, I don't see an NBA superstar caliber player. Now, does he have enough talent to make a team and sit on the end of the bench? Yeah, that's what'll probably happen. Because one of the things that I think needs to be stressed here, I'm gonna get a little deep here with this, and the difference between Bronny and LeBron. LeBron James, basketball saved his life. Basketball took him to where he is now because he came from nothing. All right. He was hungry. He had to make it happen. He didn't have a choice. He had to squeeze every ounce out of the talent that he had. Whereas Bronny James ain't got to do that. All right. He's not living in poverty. So it is hard to be hungry when there's food on the table. It's hard to be hungry when everything you want is at your fingertips. It's hard to be thirsty when every liquid and hydration is available for you at no cost, basically. It's hard to be, and once again, I don't know the kid, I haven't been there with him, anything like that. And I'm not saying that he doesn't work hard, but suffice it to say, when you ain't starving and it's not like your life depends on hard work and what you do, you're probably not going to work as hard. That's just human nature. It's hard to be hungry when you're full. It's hard to be thirsty when you've had everything you need to drink. It's hard to be horny when you've had, you can have sex every night with anybody you want. And another thing, where LeBron didn't do his son any favors, I don't think. He put, like I said before, he put a target on the boy's back. Look at it this way. Every time Bronny James steps on the court, the players on the other team are extra motivated. Who wouldn't want to be the guy that shuts down the king's son? Who wouldn't want to be the guy that puts Bronny James on a poster? Who wouldn't want to be the guy that can say, hey, I held him to 1 of 10 shooting and 2 turnovers and 1 rebound and 0 assists? When it comes to Bronny, in my opinion, every game that he plays in, the other team is extra motivated because if nothing else, they want to shut him down and say, hey, look at me. This is what I did to the king's son. Because that's shine for somebody else. That is something that they want to put on their resume. Now, once again, if I play for UCLA, we're playing against USC in Pauley Pavilion on national TV, and I got a chance to dunk on Bronny James, damn it, I'm gonna yak on his ass. And that shit will probably wind up on the front cover of Sports Illustrated if they're still open, if they're still publishing in print. But you'll be on the Sports Center highlight. Look at the guy who just put Bronny James on a poster. Who wouldn't want to be that? And that's a lot of pressure on this kid. He didn't do anything really. It's not like he's out there beating his chest saying, hey, I'm going to be the next superstar in the NBA. But that is the perception. That is what has been heaped on him. And I think that is unfair for people to do that to him. And I think it was unfair that it was done to him. But it's been done. You don't get to pick your dad. And I don't think LeBron did it, with malice or anything like that, or from a boastful standpoint. He wasn't being like, what's his name, the Ball guy, yeah, Lonzo Ball's dad, whatever his name, LeVar Ball, whatever his name is. He wasn't all arrogant and talking shit like Mr. Ball did, but you saw the result though. Everybody wants to shut down Lonzo Ball. Everybody just giving him a hard time, really putting pressure on him and everything. And when Lonzo didn't produce in the way that everybody expected him producing, like his dad said he would produce, they gave him a hard time about it. And now he's, his career is not where, everybody thought, where I'm sure he hoped it would be. Now LaMelo's doing a little bit better. He won Rookie of the Year and everything, so he's having a strong career. But it's not the same thing because LeBron wasn't out there saying, hey, Bronny's going to be, the greatest ever. He said he wanted to play with his son, that his son had NBA talent, which he probably does. But at the same time, does he have the skill set to warrant him getting drafted ahead of a lot of other guys who are probably more talented? Because he's going to get more opportunities just because of who he is. Now, I would hate to be the guy sitting at the end of whatever bench in the NBA watching Bronny play when I'm busting his ass every day in practice. But he's playing because he's going to put some asses in the seat and because Bron has said he wanted to play with his son. So any team that drafts him will have an opportunity to sign LeBron as well. And of course, as we know, LeBron, even though he's in this, he's 39, 40 years old, is still playing at the top of his game, and looks like he has the intention of continuing to play many, many more years and everything. So who wouldn't want to have LeBron James on their team, even if they got to sign Bronny and sit Bronny and play Bronny a few minutes here and there, because of the marketing and branding and everything that comes along with it. It's going to generate a whole lot of money for somebody's team. Now, a good example of this is look at the situation with Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brother, who is on the Milwaukee Bucks at the end of the bench. Everybody says, dude can't play at all. He has no business in the NBA. But he's on the roster getting checks. Why? Because his brother is one of the best players in the world. And the Bucks got him on the team because that's what Giannis wants. No different than what's going to happen with LeBron. If you sign LeBron James, damn it. If he says, draft my son, sign my son, damn it, you're going to do it. I don't care who it is. Bronny James will play in the NBA. Get used to it. Will he be any good? Probably not. But damn it, he's going to be there. Get used to it. Bronny, if you're out there listening, get used to it. You're going to get a lot of bullshit. You're hearing it now. It's going to be even more amplified when you get into the NBA. And if you suck, boy, damn. LeBron, don't even get mad at nobody. Don't kick no dust, nothing. Okay? You should be expecting this. And that's what's going to happen. All right. Now, I am off my soapbox. What do you think? What are your thoughts about Bronny and LeBron and the whole situation? Do you agree with me that Bronny should not be given a favor because of who his dad is, and that his pro prospects are suspect at best? And have you seen him play? And what are your thoughts about his play and what you've seen? Chime in below. Let me know. I'm glad to be back. I'll be giving more shows, so please subscribe, stick with me. My subscribers is still rising, so I do appreciate those of you who have subscribed. So be sure you comment below, share, roll with me because I'm rolling with you. And once again, hit me up. Let me know what you think about Bronny James, because you just heard what Lonzo thinks. Bye.